I have a problem, and that problem is that I have so many books on my physical TBR. I have a whole 5-tier bookshelf to store them all. But then that brings in the other problem that when it's time for me to pick out a new book to read, I have no idea which book to pick. Too many of the books sound so good and I just cannot make a decision. So I thought the best thing I could do for myself is make a TBR jar. Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. So I have an issue where I just find it very difficult to choose the next book I want to read because I'm a mood reader and sometimes I'm in the mood for multiple things, so I can't narrow it down. So I want to make a TBR jar. Finally, I have been back into reading for about 3 years now and have never done this, so I thought it's about time. I think I am going to do about 25 prompts. I think that's a good number. Maybe that's too much, maybe that's too little. I have no idea. This is my first time and we are gonna kind of put it to the test. So I'm gonna type up some prompts and then I'm going to put them in a jar and then we are going to pick something to pick out my next read since I just finished a book this morning and I need to start something new. So this is going to be a TBR jar making video as well as a little spoiler-free reading vlog for whichever book we choose. First things first, I am going to type up some prompts that I think of and also look online for some other prompt ideas, type that up, and get it all printed out. Since I now have printed that out, cut them up, and folded them up, I am now going to put them in this little pumpkin-shaped jar. It was actually a candle, but I finished burning the candle and then cleaned all the wax out because that is too cute for the fall time not to use. So this is going to be my TBR jar for the time being. They are now all in there. I'm going to just shake it up a little bit and then still like swirl it around and then we can pick. Okay, we are now in front of the TBR bookshelf and I have my little TBR jar right here. So we will choose a prompt. I think I am going to stick to my fall TBR, so these first 2 shelves for today's video since this is my priority TBR and what I want to get through. So let's mix this up and choose a prompt to see what book we will be reading in today's video. Nervous. Okay, the prompt that we got is a book from an author you have never read before. So that is actually going to give us a lot of options. I might have to choose like a secondary prompt on top of this. I have not read any Lauren Asher. I have not read any K.A. Lind. I have not read any Lori Gilmore. I have not read any Erin Beatty. I have not read any Ava Reed. I have not read any Lynette Noni. I have not read any Sabah Tahir. I have not read any S. Fraser. I have not read any K.S. Song. I have not read any Donna Tartt. I have not read any Gabrielle Zevin. I have not read any Melanie Hamrick. Not read any Lana Harper, Mallory Marlowe, India Holton, Danica Nava. So, since there are obviously a lot of authors I have not read on my TBR, I am going to pick a secondary prompt to then narrow it down some more. So the secondary prompt is going to be a book with food on the cover. So out of the books with a new author that I haven't read that also has food on the cover, that is definitely going to narrow it down. So we still have the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. There is a little table here with some coffee and food on it. I think the Witching Flower also has, yes. So the Witching Flower, obviously can I speak? So in The Witching Flower, the witch main character is a baker, so obviously she has some baked goods here on the cover. And I think these are the only 2 books on my fall priority TBR with a new author I haven't read and they have food on the cover. And I think I am going to choose the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. One, we already know I love fall. I love pumpkin spice. My cat's names are Pumpkin and Spice. And this is just supposed to be a cozy, small town, steamy romance. When Jeannie's aunt gives her beloved Pumpkin Spice Cafe in the small town of Dream Harbor, Jeannie jumps at the chance of a fresh start away from her very dull desk job. Logan is a local farmer who avoids Dream Harbor's gossip at all costs, but Jeannie's arrival disrupts Logan's routine and he wants nothing to do with the irritably upbeat new girl, except that he finds himself inexplicably drawn to her. Will Jeannie's happy-go-lucky attitude win over the grumpy but gorgeous Logan, or has this city girl found the one person in town who won't fall for her charm or her pumpkin spice lattes? So this definitely sounds super cute and honestly something that I am kind of in the mood for right now. After I picked my book from my TBR jar prompt, and I have finished the book, so I just wanted to give a little wrap up of my thoughts of the book and overall what I think of my TBR jar. So the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, as we learned yesterday, this is supposed to be like a small town, grumpy sunshine, steamy romance, and I just was not getting the grump from Logan, the main character. Like, Jeannie definitely is sunshine. She's a very happy, upbeat, always tries to stay positive. And Logan just does not seem like a grump to me. Like, he seems very closed off from relationships because we learned that he had a past relationship that didn't go very well. We learned some other things about his childhood that, okay, makes him seem like he can't really open up to people or have, like, committed relationships, but he was not a grump. He was literally talking to Jeannie all the time, always being nice to her, always being helpful, like never really came across as a grump to her. So I'm like, where are we getting the grumpy sunshine? It just seems like sunshine and then he's just kind of neutral. Like, he's not one, he's not the other, he's just kind of like in the middle. So that was kind of disappointing because I usually really love Grumpy Sunshine. I just love the banter and the tension that you kind of get with them. But Logan and Jeannie are so attracted to each other. It's just like there's really no tension. It feels kind of insta-lovey, not gonna lie. I know a lot of people don't like the insta-love trope. I myself prefer a good slow burn, but this is like, no, they are both attracted to each other straight away. They're both nice to each other, so why is it a Grumpy Sunshine trope? But it was a very cute, cozy read. Jeannie just got this cafe from her aunt, the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. And this is a very loved cafe in the town, so Jeannie has been working to try and, reopen it after her aunt left. And she is running into some issues as well with the cafe. So with the whole, love part of this romance book, there's also just other problems that Jeannie is facing in her own personal life, her life with the cafe. And I really do like Logan's character in this book. And I just wish that I loved the romance more. I really love Logan and Jeannie. They are literally Luke and Lorelai, but like in this book, Lorelai would be the owner of the cafe. And I'm not getting the same grump vibes as Luke. Like I said, he seems a little bit more reserved, keeps to himself, is more quiet, but not grumpy. So I ended up giving this a 3 out of 5 star rating. I did like the fall aspects of it. It was very cozy, but I just went into it thinking it was a Grumpy Sunshine, and that's not what I got from it. But I do think it was really fun. I loved using the TBR jar prompts to get this book. And I was really wanting to pick this book up, so I'm happy it fell into the prompts that we chose from the TBR jar. And I am definitely going to keep using my TBR jar because I just loved how it helped me pick something out when usually I'm so indecisive because I have so many books sitting in front of me. I just need to be able to narrow it down and just grab it and say, this is what I'm gonna do. So I feel like the TBR jar definitely kind of holds me accountable to do that. So stay tuned for more TBR jar prompt videos that I do in the future, and make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more bookish content, more cozy reading vlogs, more really anything bookish, and comment what videos you want to see from me because I love your feedback. Have a great day and happy reading!